everything we need to know about this little Myzone box, right? This guy here. So we've had this system for a very long time, and the original reason that we implemented it was because of how individualized we could make conditioning. So it's always been a big goal of Prevail, right? Is to make things as individualized as possible inside of templates that we know are produce results. And as our education increases, so does our education about heart rate zone training, which is such an amazing way to make templated conditioning work the best for you, right? So, and I say that as a conditioning work. So a few things that I want to talk about. One, this Myzone, right? When it's popped up onto the TV or it's on your phone, you're using it at home, using it in session, whatever it is. If we're doing lifting, so it's a strength workout or a muscle workout, this heart rate, this number is completely irrelevant, right? Because what you're looking at is you're looking at load, you're not looking at volume when it comes to the heart. So training super heavy weights that make you feel out of breath and have an increased heart rate, that's from a load on your body compared to conditioning, which is a repetitive cyclical pattern, which is a different type of resistance on your heart. So like things like, when you're doing conditioning, never get into the red when you're doing conditioning. But if you get into red during resistance training, that's not the same red zone. And the same thing of like using rest times during workouts for muscle and strength are irrelevant to heart rate because that's all nervous system based. That's not heart rate system based. Okay, that's like electrical system compared to like the pump of your body with your heart. Okay, so but when we can use it, we can use it for so many great things: to establish baselines, to establish recovery times, to establish intensities. There's just so many great things that we use them. We've had this system for I don't know how many years. I still use a heart rate monitor for lots and lots of training. A lot of the instructors still use a heart rate monitor, chest-mounted heart rate monitor for training when we're doing conditioning-based training. The Myzone, chest-mounted, right? Any chest-mounted heart rate strap is considerably more accurate than your watch. So heart rates on your watch are going to be fairly inaccurate. Even with the Whoop, there's some discrepancies there compared to it. Apple Watches are even farther off from accurate. Garmin's can be kind of accurate, but you just got to think of it like the closer this is to my heart, the more accurate the reading. This thing is far away from my heart, the less inaccurate the reading, right? It's not that these can't work, and they can, but these just work better. So that's why we have them, because they work better, right? Let's talk about getting it set up. So you go grab a box, right? It's over there on the shelf, and you put your name on the clipboard. Say, hey, I got a Myzone belt, or you tell the instructor, okay? When it comes out of the box, right, you have the thing, the actual like technology. It's got a number on the back of it, and you've got a band. Okay, you can adjust. It has a charger inside the box as well. So when you have the box, you can you can store everything in there if you want to, or you can just throw it away. It says what to do. It has instructions right here. The facility code is PRESUS001. Precis, Prevail. States, United States is 001, right? Because it's the first Prevail. That's right. Now, it communicates to Bluetooth to your phone, but it communicates via magic to the TV. So you do not have to have your phone on or reading it. You do not have to stop or start anything. It just turns on, it just beeps, and it pops up. If you're using this outside of the studio, using your phone on Bluetooth, it'll connect directly to your app that you'll need to download, because it says download the Myzone app. Okay, so I would download the Myzone app now if you intend to use it, because you will plug in this number to your Myzone app. Okay, then once you put it on, it is rarely going to work instantly. So do not expect it to be an automatic like on-off button. What you want to be thinking more about is like when I put it on and I adjust it to my size, which may take 1 or 2 times, there's these black sections on there, and some of them have like one strip, or one of them have like one and another one. You may want a little bit of liquid, something, right? You can use water or your tongue or whatever you want to do to get some sort of connectivity on there. Myzone faces up, and you're just going to take it and you're going to put it around your waist, okay? And what you want to do is you want to bring that up to where it sits right on the bottom of your ribs. Okay? Now, sits right there in the bottom. Beeped once. I got lucky. Okay? And if the TV was on, my name would pop up. Sometimes it may take the entire warm-up for it to beep once. If it beeps once, it's on. If it disconnects, so say I'm doing something like med ball slams or leaning over on the bike and it's like coming off my body and it's beep, 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 beep. It's beeping over and over and over again, like 3 times. It's disconnecting. The tighter this band is, the more connection there is to your ribs, right? And that's it. And you just leave it there for the rest of the session. Whenever you're done with your session, you just take it off. You don't have to do anything. It's going to realize, the app's going to realize that you're done because it stopped reading material. It's going to give you a review of the session. And you can look at it live from your phone if you want to, but it's on the TV. And why bring the phone in when we already attach our phones all the time? So might as well leave it. Leave the phone away. You don't need it, okay? But if you're doing some at home, it might be a good reference to be like, oh, cool, here's my zones, right? It's going to set up an automatic estimated max heart rate, and they're fairly close and pretty accurate. You can do a max heart rate test. That's in some of the, if you look on the app, there's going to be a bunch of like templates of like different types of workouts. There's a max heart rate test you can do in there. It's just, you have to work really hard for 2 minutes, rest for 2 minutes, do it again. Whatever number it reads to the top of it, it reads that it's your max heart rate and it'll change. Okay. If not, we can change it for you if you see a new number. But it's pretty accurate right out of the box. And then that's pretty much it. You can wear it for as many hours as you want to. You can wear it in the water. You can wear it doing all sorts of stuff. Generally speaking, just wear it before I get warmed up. I do my thing, finish, cool down, take the thing off. And that's pretty much the duration of wear them. Next thing, 6 minutes. I'm going to keep this under 10. I'm going to do this for y'all. Now, certain things when you're using this, if you're doing something fast and powerful, so something like 5 swings or a 10-second sprint, 15-second sprint, heart rate has a response to the work. So especially with something that's fast anaerobic, super power-based, you're actually going to work, and then when you stop working, your heart rate recovers, and that's when you're going to see your highest number at the end of the bout. And then it'll take some time to calm and like return back down to it. If you're doing something slow, like say you're doing like steady state on the bike and you're trying to hit that 65% and you're just hanging out, I can just go from like 40 RPMs to 42 RPMs and I can hold that for 30, 40 seconds. I can start to see my heart rate kind of move. I'm going to want to use this number as my guideline way before being super stringent to rest and work times. So say something we have like work for 20 seconds, rest for 40, right? But the main goal, which we'll explain depending on the conditioning program, is to never get your heart rate above 85%. Or you need to recover back down to blue zone before you go again. The rules about heart rate zone training are more important than the template of time, okay? So I may say something that's like 10 seconds of work on the minute for 20 minutes. But if I'm just climbing and I'm not going work, rest, then I'm not getting the benefit of exercise. And then one more thing about conditioning and Myzone and heart rate. Generally speaking, we want to spend as many hours as we can maintaining zone 2. Zone 2 is different per person, but it's roughly 65 to 70% max heart rate, right? Top end is 75%, bottom end is like 65%. So that's kind of the window. In the Myzone, it's blue, which is 60 to 70. But we've realized and we've tested a bunch, you're really in that 65 to 70 number, and ideally hitting 70% for zone 2 sustainable work is like that's our number one goal. Okay. The next thing is I don't want to be spending a lot of time in the yellow. So if I get to the yellow, I want to get out of it. If I get to the yellow, I want to get out of it. I don't want to be pinging and hanging out in yellow because that is more toxic to my body, and that's just not for the most part of most of our training, that's not the goal. During testing, right? So during a swing test, if I hit the yellow, I'm running a mile test, I'm at a race, I'm at a competition, sure. But during training, I want to avoid staying in the yellow. Depending on the type of program, right? I want to be going up and down, up and down. So I want to change my recovery so that I have ups and downs because I want peaks and valleys. Conditioning is peaks and valleys. Conditioning is not how hard do I work. So something like a steady state. If I can breathe in and out of my nose for 45 minutes, compared to if I have to mouth breathe for 45 minutes, my body is getting a better result from nasal breathing consistently, building up that base, than it is from mouth breathing. The harder I work is not the better I get in shape. If I want to do mouth breathing, I would like to work up to something where I can have to breathe through mouth, and I'm going to calm back down. And we have lots and lots of protocols, step-up protocols, all sorts of protocols and templates for this conditioning stuff. That's 10 minutes, so I'm going to shut it down. That's the Myzone. Put it on, wait for it to beep. I mean, like, wait like several minutes. Don't wait like 4 seconds and then keep fucking with it while the instructor's talking, right? Just put it on before you get here or before the warm-up starts, and then don't touch it until you're through the warm-up. Then we can start messing with it if we're doing conditioning. You can wear it during all your sessions. I don't care. But if it's for strength and muscle, the numbers don't matter. If it's for strength and muscle, your recovery time and heart rate doesn't matter. If it's for strength and muscle, your heart rate doesn't matter. The calories on the Myzone don't matter. They're inaccurate. Every calorie counter you have is inaccurate. Okay? Heart rate-based conditioning is the most effective way of making individualized training. Makes you in better shape.